Yeah, the call wild's always bringing me home. Call wild's always bringing me home. Call wild's always bringing me home.
Perfect. Well, hello, wild ones. Welcome to another episode of the Find Your Wild podcast. I am so excited today to have the paper art duo here, Nayan and Venus, watercolor and paper artists. How are you guys doing today?
Great, thank you.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you guys on. I love your artwork, as you guys can see in the background. So I'm so excited to get to know you guys and your process a little bit more.
It was wonderful to be here.
Thank you. So, let's start off with how you guys first found your art, and like what got you guys into paper and watercolor.
So, what we can say, we always found a model making and creating works with variety of material. The paper was something always fascinating to me, and like both of us, and we used to explore a lot in paper as a material. And watercolors was her thing, like so. It was kind of, we can say, two passions collaborated through while. So we both loved nature and we had our own ways of creating art, and then we came together to create something beautiful which can help our nature and environment.
Wow, amazing. That's beautiful. And I know that you guys like, so when did you guys decide to combine that together? Because I know that you guys are a really good team. So when were you guys like, oh, let's see what we can do together?
No, it was like we always work together in a miniatures. So we used to make models, miniature models of the buildings. Then after a year, we realized that we should when the time wasn't right for us, and at that moment, nature and birds really help us to go through that rough time of life.
Yeah.
So yeah, that time we wanted to do something of our own. So then we decided, why don't we start a 1,000 day series?
Yeah. So,
So
sorry, you continue.
yeah, you can. So it's we wanted to aware the world about the beautiful birds around. So that's the reason we started a 1,000 day series. So every day we used to create one bird and put it in on our Instagram and online platforms, so people get to know about that bird. And we make miniature because we have to finish one bird in one day. So that is the reason we create a tiny bird. Yeah. So we able to finish it in one day.
This was all made in a day, or this one's up from our series.
Yeah, these are from the 1,000 day series. All that.
Wow,
So they were
that's
made in one day.
that's amazing. Yeah, that makes sense. If and that's a big task to do one a day for how long was it again?
1,000 days.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
So we
Almost 3 years.
constantly working for 1,000 days.
Yeah. No breaks. Every day we used to make one animal or a bird or an insect and put it on our social media.
So the project lasts for like 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5
Two and a half years.
Wow, that's incredible. And I love the miniatures too, because I also feel like there's something like that intrigues you, that wants to make you look closer at all the details and everything like that. So not only, I guess, time management wise that makes sense, but also artistic wise, it's like it really draws you in. That's why I really love your work. It's very cool.
Thank you
so much.
Actually, the whole concept of miniature was because we wanted the audience to actually feel wow when you see a piece of work. So when it's there are two ways: or you make it huge, or you make it a very tiny one to make someone like go like fascinate about it, like what is it. So it was then possible to make bigger thing in a day. So we started with tinier ones, that when someone sees our work, they'll be like, okay, how wow, how small it is. So that is where our first thing happens, that they have noticed the bird or the animal. The next thing, when they see it in the caption or the description, they will know about the species. Okay, the what species there is to be a description about the whole species and where they are found, what is their conservation status and everything. So through the miniature art format, we were able to capture people's attention to see, to look at that particular bird or an animal, and then know them. Because what we feel that if you need to if you need to save something, first need to know them, and to know them you need to catch their attention. So that was the whole concept why we made miniature things, and we used to photograph them in natural environments. We used to put them on a finger sometimes, or flying in the sky. The whole all these gimmicks, the main reason was to catch the audience's attention so that they look at the birds and animals which are in paper right now, but when they read they will know that they are around us. You are living with them, you have to notice them, and once you start knowing someone, knowing something, you will eventually love it, and once you love something you will care for it, and yes, that is what we want. So that was the whole concept of miniature things.
A really beautiful initiative, and I think you guys are doing such a wonderful job with that. I mean, it's every time I look at some of your art, I'm like, wow, it's so incredible. Also, not only how lifelike and realistic it is, but I love the when you also put them in video too, that it makes it really pop off the screen and very lifelike, and just trying to get people to appreciate and learn more, right? Because I
Yeah.
guess what people don't know, they fear, and then the more they learn, like you said, the more they love. So that's really important, especially with trying to get people to care about, species and the environment.
Yeah. So that is a main goal of creating art. That is a major, what I can say, driving force behind what we create. So we want people to get aware, the world to be aware about the nature, the earth we share with all these beings. It's like the whole system. We all are connected. Like one bee goes off, we'll no food. So it's like
Yeah.
that. So that just want world to know, and art is our medium. That is what our skills were. That is what we have got. So we're using it to do that.
Yeah. And I also feel like nature has endless amounts of inspiration.
No, we never have an artist block. We
Yeah,
never.
right.
Sometimes it's happened like we really need to create something. Then we decide that one series will create. Then we always end up fighting them because there are, so many birds are there to still there to we haven't create yet. So
It starts with 5-10 and ends up with 50, 100.
we actually started our series for 30 days.
30 days, yeah.
Yes.
And it ended up with 1,000.
Yeah, so every
Wow.
year we like, no, that's not enough. We need
Huh.
more. We need to
More.
create more. Yes.
Just shows how much you wanted to fill that inspiration, right?
Yeah. It is so much. It's abundance.
Yeah, it's actually endless inspiration in the nature. There are so many beautiful beings there, like tiny insects and animals and birds, and even few flowers are very unique. So that's why we created the pollinator series. So that shows that particular flower. It's depend on this particular bee or moth or insects, like all they are important pollinators, so we need to showcase that. So we created 1,000 day series, then we created this pollinator series, and then we created rare even, right?
It was to celebrate the albinism and melanism in wildlife.
Yeah.
All these majestic creatures, the blacks, the whites, they are like amazing. So
Yeah.
we just want to honor all the beautiful thing nature brings us to, like all these wonders, and they're just not wonderful and beautiful beings. They're very important. Each one has such amazing function. We will never know that. While doing the pollinator project, we got to know that accidentally elephants also do pollination. So every animal is somewhere or the other involved in creating nature in a variety of different ways, except us, the most beautiful species, humans. Everyone else is saving the planet, and we are the only one fighting against it.
Just
Of course. Right.
So it's just like we need to create them in our artworks and show it to world, and especially to humans, that they are really magical. If you haven't observed them, please do, and please do see them.
Yeah, and I think it's always especially hard to try to get the attention of people that aren't like us, that automatically love animals and nature and all that stuff. And I think that through art, like people really go to appreciate it more. Like, oh, this is something that would look really beautiful in my house, or like, I can bring this in somewhere. And then, I feel like, especially with your artwork and all the little details, it's like, oh, let me look further. Let me explore further. Oh, I'm going to look this up and look this animal up or insect up, and just start to research more or connect more.
Hmm.
So that's the whole concept of what we do, and yeah, that's the whole story of our work.
Yeah, I love that. And I wanted to ask you too, since it's paper art, I would love to know a little bit more about like your process and how you actually like cut everything, because it doesn't, like, I mean, it looks so like sharp and intricate, and I'm sure, I don't know how you get to the point where you're like not making, mistakes, or if you do. So I'd love to learn a little bit more about that.
So we have our what I can say roles divided very clearly, because working like when
Together as an artist is really complicated.
that's the
sometimes.
biggest
Sure.
what I can thing to not overlap, never and ever come into each other.
Yeah, so I do a research part that what species we're going to create. So really books and documentaries really help me. And sometimes I go into field to birding and all, so it's really helped me to choose the species or any series I wanted to create. So that I discuss with Nayan, and then he creates a sketch.
Yeah, that's where I come in. So I create she gives me the concept and the research, and on that research I create a concept art, a sketch, and then we discuss, okay, this is final, and then I cut it into different small tiny layers. So once the layers are done in paper, and then it again goes to this one, and she paints them.
Yeah, so after watercolor, the different species is assembled in one piece, and then sometimes we really use natural material. Sometimes we do paint them. So we initially we used to use natural twigs and all. So we go for the birding. We pick few twigs and then we put our bird on it and then shoot them into the natural background. So it's just to it gives a life to our artwork that the birds animal in their habitat that we wanted to showcase. So that's a better way to show them.
This one had a natural twig. This one has a natural twig. So
Right.
they're all collected from our little wildlife trails.
Yeah, very cool. And I love especially one of the recent ones that you did, the Amazon collection, specifically the macaws, like coming to my head, the one that you guys did. It really popped off the screen, and I showed my husband. I was like, it literally looks like a picture. It was like incredible, especially the the 3D aspect of it. So I really applaud you guys. It really came out incredible.
We do have it here.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'd like to show you that.
Yes.
So this is one of our most intricate works.
Proud of creating
Oh, I
this
bet.
artwork. Actually, this is bigger than our usual scale. This is much bigger than that.
So yeah,
Great.
this is
Wow. And you guys really did the background too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so beautiful.
so it has a
Absolutely
So this
incredible.
whole thing is like a full ecosystem is there. So you can see the foliage and the butterfly and the tiny frog is over here, and
Wow.
macaws are flying. So this scene is very fascinating for us actually. Creating Amazon, we wanted to visit Amazon at least once in our life.
lifetime.
So this
Yes.
piece is really close to our heart. So we wanted to create this particular scene. It's so magical, right? The two macaws flying in this Amazon canopy, and it's so mesmerizing for us. So we wanted to create it from so long, and we finally did it this year.
This is the biggest artwork till date.
Yeah.
I can imagine how much time did go into that piece.
This one took a month.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the
From concept to
research to finalizing everything. Well, it had a lot of, and we as artists, we have never worked in this. This is a very big scale for us, so
Of
it's
course.
huge. So we
Yeah.
were like planning it out, how to do it, how to do the layers, and it was a great learning thing in terms of what I can say, execution and materials and processes, and in learning about Amazon also, and knowing about the great biodiversity that beautiful like heaven holds. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Amazon is wonderful a place.
So this is what we wanted to create in near future. The or maybe next
Next series,
create
yeah.
savannah.
Like planning to get more habitats like this was a rainforest, now we'll be making like a desert of Arizona or savannas of Africa, things like that, where we're incorporating like earlier we did about the species, now we want to have the ecosystems coming in front, where how these animals and birds are actually thriving and they're creating
It's
a
very much
yeah.
connected to those things because the main reason the species are vanishing is the habitat loss. That's the
Yes.
biggest reason. So the habitat is also equally important part of their life and the ecosystem. So we wanted to incorporate this background also with trees and canopy and desert and all. So let's see how it works. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's actually their workspace, I can say. For birds and animals, when you make an animal or a bird in their own habitat, it's like making someone in their own studio. It's their
Right.
studio space, yes. So if you see in a human terms, that this is like Zootopia, the way the movie was made, na, there were different sections where different animals, there were different cities divided on the basis of the habitats or the environment. So we just want what our main thought is, we want to shift the human mindset from just not focusing on human and economics and our whole this system of money and capitalism basically, but to actually combine ecosystem and economics together to understand that it's also a system which is working, functioning, thriving. It is also creating and generating things, not just money and something that is what you can generate. You can generate a lot of other things by just saving and conserving nature. So
Yeah.
that we are finding different ways, different techniques of visual representation to convey a message.
I love the fact that you're highlighting the habitat. Us in America, we just had kind of like they were trying to take away parts of our Endangered Species Act and say that the habitat wasn't as important, but it's absolutely vital. I mean, imagine taking away somebody's home and saying that that's not threatening them.
Yep.
So I love that you're putting importance on the habitat aspect because that's where they live, that's their home, and they all have a very vital part, even down to the littlest bee or ant, all the way up to the biggest mammals that you see. So each one plays such an important role and vital role in the ecosystem. And it's also a very delicate balance. Once you disturb something, you have no idea the effects that it's going to landslide into, unfortunately. So I love that you guys are highlighting that in your work.
Thank you. They are
Yeah.
working. Yes, because we have seen a lot of things with our own eyes. Like when a studio is, it is in outskirts of a city. So we have seen where there were fields like 6 years ago. There used to be barn owls. There used to be a lot of beautiful wildlife around, and uh, usually it was very beautiful, but the practical impact, like they never had a mouse problem. There were no rodents because there are owls and cats around. So you will never have the rodent problem. The fields is to be free from all this. We have a little guest also. She will be. So we have adopted two cats. So if the video shakes, so my cat is right now walking on
Oh,
the
that's
field.
okay. We love animals. I have my dog sleeping on the floor, so no worries.
So
A
this
welcome
little
interruption.
tiny earthquakes will be caused by this little one. She's just coming here like, why? What is happening? So this one also, these are rescued cats. We rescued them from, like, they were attacked by a lot of dogs. So this one was 40 days old when we rescued her, but still
Oh,
she loves us. but doesn't ever comes in a lab or wants. If I'll pick her up, she'll run away, creating a havoc. So, but yeah, it's good. Like sharing a space with a different species has given us a different insight in how they live, how they perceive. For me, a sofa is to sleep. For them, a sofa is to just climb up. So
Or a scratch.
yeah, on a scratch board. So it is so wonderful that how they perceive our created systems, our created habitats and environment. So, and they do have a way. They are also curious. So it's sometimes very other way around. Like we humans, when we go into a forest, we also get fascinated. Like, oh wow, what a tree! Wow, what is? So the same way when they come into our world, where we have our human things, chairs, tables, shelves, then they act the same way, but their fascination is more of fear, and ours is more of wonder. So it's wonderful to share a home with a different species. We had birds earlier, rescued birds. So the way they used to see our space, and we keep observing. We keep observation is the what I can say the core part of our working process. Like we we majorly try to look out to our window. If we are sitting somewhere, we'll be looking at an ant walking around or a mosquito just flying, or it's just so beautiful to just observe them, observe the nature around us. So
Yeah, yeah, you really appreciate, right? Like I was sitting outside the other day and I had never seen this insect before, and it was so tiny. It was like literally like that big or whatever. And it was a sweat bee, and I had never seen one before, and they're metallic green. It was so
wow.
pretty. And it was so small, and I was like so intrigued. And you never know that until you go out in nature and see kind of what surprises you, because you don't know what's out there until you start walking around or
Yep.
interacting with it.
And it's actually therapeutic to just look at it. It is medicine itself. Like nowadays,
Yes.
there are therapists in cancer even to go for forest walking, or they call it forest bathing. Like go into nature and get under the trees. So is that simple and that powerful our world is.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you guys have like the Amazon one you just did. What are some other collections that you guys have in the back of your mind that you're going to do in the near future, you say?
Oh my god. There are like
I know it's a lot.
We're trying to actually create each and every species if we can.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah, but we in every series we end up making some particular series again and again because they are our personal favorite. It's
That's Forest is dead. Her name is Forest.
Oh, I love that. That's perfect.
So that
we
was
love
Forest
we love
is
animal poppins.
now she's okay, okay. I have done my part, I have introduced myself, just left.
Yes, exactly.
It's done.
yeah. So there are few our favorite birds like this one is like red-wattled lapwing and ruby-throated hummingbird.
Yeah,
Yes.
which we haven't never seen yet.
Yeah, but we created the tiny fella in every series.
Yeah, we have made it in a sculpture, we have made it and like animated with a hummingbird. I don't know, that bird fascinates us a lot. Tiny little gem. So we don't have hummingbirds here.
So we used to create a hummingbird in a nest, hummingbird and a flight, hummingbird sleeping, I guess.
Every which way we can make an hummingbird. So in the future, we are planning, like after this habitat series, we are just thinking of going with like specific, not a major, like after doing a lot of, we have almost created more than 1,500 artworks till now. This is in past, like in 7 years. So we have quite a lot of works which we have, a lot of work is in there in homes of wonderful collectors.
Yeah, it's like there are so many ideas to create actually. So
actually.
we wanted to keep on creating. But sometimes it becomes a clash in between the series. It's like okay, recently we created parrot
Parrot.
series. So after that, we wanted to now create a owl series, then maybe a woodpecker series.
It's very, very intuitive. Very like if we are watching a documentary, we are watching a movie, we are out somewhere and we encounter a bird or an animal, or that just sparks the thing. You can then. That is the beauty of being self-employed.
Yeah, we
No
wanted
boss.
to turn it into the art.
It's very
Every
intuitive.
moment.
Yep. So
These are the small series we are planning to create, like
micro
focusing
series.
on a particular species of the bird or the animal, and rest few bigger artworks like with habitats. And maybe in near future, next year, I guess we'll start making our dream project, which is starling murmuration and wildebeest migration.
So now we are focusing more on the what I can say bigger pieces with movements and like where it's not just one particular species, like a whole scene. So that is what it's not. We have not planned very much. Ki this will happen after this, but right now we are working on this.
We do actually plan, but after a while it keep on shifting. So when you started, we were like, let's make some, small series. Let's focus on, bird species. Like, let's make an owl series. We really love working on the bird series. So I don't owl series. And after a while, we were like, no, let's make a habitats. When we went out one day and we see a really beautiful, tiny, bee hovering on this yellow flowers, like. There's still many pollinators left, so I don't know, make few more.
So it's quite wild and
Yeah.
very, very intuitive. We plan our work, but not like very strictly that we'll be working like this. So
we don't follow that.
we just where we feel like this is happening, this is something which requires attention, or this is something which we love. Because that is what we have learned from nature while working in all these years, that it is unpredictable and it is actually happens, everything happens as per the moment and the time, so we follow that. That was the time when COVID lockdown was there. We started following a bird's life. So we used to wake up with the sunrise and we used to sleep when the sun goes down. No lights. So we used to keep our lights off. We had a rescued bird at that time with us. So we used to keep our lights off. We didn't use phones and anything in the night. And that was a wonderful time for almost 6 months. 5 or 6 months. The lifestyle was like this: morning, wake up with the sunrise, sleep when the sun goes down, and no lights, no artificial lights.
I'm a morning person actually. Even if it's not COVID or anything like that, I love to wake up at 5 o'clock and with a cup of tea, I love to look out the window and the birds flying around in the morning hours. And I love that moment because there's no one around except birds and me and the sunrise. So I love that moment.
That's
So,
really
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I love that. Connecting more with the rhythms and the cycles of nature, right? That's very cool. I really like that. And it makes you focus more, right? On like, oh, I'm waking up early. And I feel like when you do wake up early, you notice more things. Like it's funny how the birds are more active in the morning and you just see a lot more goings on at that time. Yeah.
It's funny but wonderful. Like when we used to be out, okay, and we see a bird going back, well, it's time to go home. So we're like, okay, chalo, it's time to go home. Let's head back. So all those things that our friends used to think that they're crazy. So what are you doing? Like no, this is the time to go home now. They see that they are settling down to sleep. You also go back and sleep. And it was kind of
not a night person actually, and I need natural light to paint accurate pigments of all these species because my eyes are not trained to work in artificial light. I cannot see the proper colors in that. So I really need sunlight or a daytime to finish any artwork you're working on at that moment. So yes, I need that sunlight. So that's why waking up early really helped me to finish my job in a daytime.
Hi, Wild Ones. I hope you're enjoying this episode of the Find Your Wild podcast. This episode is sponsored by my clothing brand, Femme Sauvage, and you can find a discount code and link in the description. So check it out. We have a lot of amazing designs, and $5 of the proceeds goes to different charities. So please feel free to check it out and enjoy the rest of the episode. Thanks so much. Yeah, that makes sense, especially with what you guys had, going on with making one a day, right? So that makes a lot of sense. And how like so for just the one piece, obviously you said the habitat one took like a month and you did finish them in a day, but like how many hours would like one piece take?
So the miniature ones took like 4 to 5 hours generally, but the massive one, the bigger artworks with lots of layerings and lots of objects in the background, it will take
80 to 100 hours kind of.
yeah.
So yeah, we in a day, every day, on an average, work for 5 to 6 hours. That is
Yeah.
our regular studio time. So like the Amazon one was little. It took more of a planning rather than creating. It took a lot of planning to actually execute. We had a lot of tiny experimentation done. The sketches were made again and again. So all of it took around 80 to 80 hours kind of a time, I can say, if you can divide that. But a lot of things went into brainstorming, so that's why it took a month.
It's actually hard for us to creating bigger artworks because we have a habit to finish the artwork in one day because
Yeah.
of our practice of 1,000 day series.
So it became very
Right.
hard.
So during that series, we used to create like 6-7 birds in one day. So we once we created this dance of the florican. So we created
11 birds.
11 birds, the whole poses of dance. And she was like, you can see jumping in the grasslands like this when it's mating season of this florican. So we created that in one day. It was hectic, but that's what makes us work in one day. And then we slowly creating this habitat ones which are like took longer than one day. So it's really hard to cope with that
Format of
shift.
work.
Yeah, I bet. But it's good for you guys as artists to like, you have endless inspiration and like to push yourselves. And I'm sure you're very proud of how that piece, came out. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. So I'm very excited to see even more of those habitat ones you're going to eventually do and
Yes.
include in your works.
Thank you for inspiring us.
Yes. That's a good push.
Yes, of course. So, what are some of like, your real life inspirations? Like where have been some of your favorite or like what have been some of your favorite wildlife encounters or things like that?
Yeah, like
So many.
yeah, a lot of them.
So
Sadly,
mine was very fascinating. Was like I've seen lapwings chick for the very first time. They were so tiny, running after that, mama bird. So they're so tiny and they crossing the road. They, and when their mom called and they were like tick 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 tick. It was like,
Aw.
God, that's the most adorable thing I have ever seen on this earth. So for me, that moment was so special, and that bird is so special to me because I'm very much connected to this particular bird. I whenever I feel so down, I just go out and looking for lapwing. It's really gives me inspiration. It's really give me comfort when I'm down. So I just love that moment when the first time I see this little chicks out with lapwings. Do you have any moment?
I'm just thinking.
Session or Oriole? Golden.
Oh, good. That was that was a moment. That was actually a moment that because frankly speaking, we were not much into like thoughtfully into nature, and when we were into our college and studying, we were just normal people enjoying young life and like that. And after once we graduated, we both started working once together only after our college. So we used to work as model makers. So that was a time it was in 2014. And after that, our life took a little downside turn where we were not having a good personal life at that point of time. And there was a water canal. There is a water canal very near to our studio, so we used to visit there. And one rainy evening, it was a very cinematic moment. So it was a rainy evening. We both were there, very very sad, and sitting there and just not talking also. And then suddenly, a yellow flash came. Okay, we saw something bright yellow flew past. Like, okay, we both were like, just for that moment, we forgot what was in our life and mind, and just saw. And we saw a yellow bird. It was golden oriole, and which we have never seen. We were like, commonly we have seen pigeons, parrots, crows, but never that bird. It was, yeah, and it was rainy, so it was all green and yellow bird. And that point of time, in that moment of like deep sorrow and sadness, it made us smile. And we were like, wow, this is so beautiful. And that was the moment after that, the bird flew over. And at that time, we didn't know the name or anything. So from the very next day, our quest, and this is an actual story of our how we started. And before this, we used to create random artworks. We used to create commercial things, but not very much. But this was happening during 2016 and 17. So we were just exploring different. Our business was not going really well. We were making odd commercial things and stuff. But when this event happened, that bird, so from the very next day, we started roaming around the nearby villages and the towns, asking for this yellow bird. That have you seen this yellow? We used to go to anyone's home, anyone's backyard, just asking that have you seen this yellow bird? And that moment we realized that all those people had no idea about what birds and wildlife they are surrounded by. Everyone are like, okay, no, we haven't seen. They will be like, okay, this bird or someone will like go away from our property. But we kept searching, and during this search, we found a lot of water bodies around because of the villages. So in India, every village have a water body. That is a common setup that every village will have a pond where they have their water and stuff. So all the water bodies have birds. Like you will have a rookery of egrets, cormorants, ducks, and we have never seen any of them. We would have seen them, but never noticed them. And during those all our journeys, and we till this time we didn't see that yellow bird again. We were still searching, and I can say after almost a month or less than a month, kinds in like 20-25 days, we again saw that bird with the whole family, male, female, and it was there, and we were like, wow.
Wow.
And then we realized that okay, nor we know, nor the people around them, they know that such beautiful birds and nature is around them. So then we decided, okay, let's do something, because we were so sad and helpless that we were not able to do something for ourselves. And but then we realized that this nature are this beautiful, like far more better than us species are struggling. And we were like, okay, if we cannot do something for ourselves, let's do something for them. Let's educate people. Let's spread awareness, and that is how we started getting into wildlife and nature. And that is where we started the 1 month series. We will make birds, and then we went around. We told the people around the village. We started telling them that this is this bird, because we started learning ourselves and telling them, this is that bird. This bird does this. The crows are for this. You don't feed them this kind of oily food. You feed them this, and we started creating art. And luckily, our business, which was going down, started coming up. We started getting recognition. We sold our very first artwork in the very first month, and that was like the biggest boost. Okay,
Oh.
yes. And then it was the 30-day thing, which stopped at 1,000. So after that, we never looked back, and we have been creating nature and animals. So that beautiful moment of spotting that yellow bird. If we haven't seen that yellow bird that evening, I guess we would be here talking to you right now. We would have been doing something else, because our career, our whole mind was not at all in this particular path. It was somewhere else. But that small spark, that again a cat earthquake. So that small
Okay.
flash. It's So that small flash of that yellow bird changed our lives. Like today,
Wow.
I can say what we are is because of that bird. If that bird would have came into our life, we have never gone around searching, and we would have never seen the nature, and we would have never created this art. We would never reached here where we are today. So all thanks to Golden Oval. Everything goes to that beautiful
bird is
bird.
on our logo.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's no, but it's our logo basically. That
Oh.
tiny yellow bird is our logo. It's our mascot. So
Yeah, of course. That's beautiful. I love that story so much. It's amazing what kind of like the universe will send our way and, you know, have us be like, "Oh, I have something for you. Here's a little something." And that, like, that's the thing that I love about nature in general, and you know, especially, you know, that one little bird took you guys on such a journey on going through the villages and looking and catching your eye, and then bringing you on this journey, and especially as artists, you know, being able to just notice the little things. And that's the thing about nature, and I think what is and why it's so healing is because it makes you slow down, and when you notice all of the things that are in nature, it's just so peaceful and healing. And I love that you guys showcase that in your works, and especially all the little guys, you know, that sometimes go overlooked.
So yeah, that's a beauty. It was wonderful at time. Okay. Oh, we have a bee in our room now, so the cat earthquakes will be more frequent because this one is trying to catch the bee. So
That's
now
so
with the
funny.
frequent earthquakes now, this are they are funny. They are they don't want to kill. They just want to play. They smack it and then look at it like, oh. Once a bee bit her on her nose, and she came close like, see, this is the bee in my paw, bit me. Like, it was like that. She's showing, okay, this one bit me and this is dead now. See,
Look what
yeah.
happened to me.
Like, wow, we all panicked. Like, oh my god, we got our tools, took out that little like
Sting.
A little stinger,
cover.
yeah. I know, it's always so bad. That happened to my little dog. He's 14 now, but it happened to him when he was a puppy, and his whole little face swelled up, and then we had to give him Benadryl, and he was all loopy because of it. But
Oh my god.
Yeah, but beautiful. Like animals and birds are the best company you can ever have. They're
yeah,
such
you never get sick of them. At least I don't. I mean, we had speaking of yellow birds, last year, it was the first time I ever saw it. We have like a yellow warbler by me. I live in New York. So, and it's just, you know, like like you said, like if you don't slow down and kind of notice, you'll never find it. You'll never recognize it. You really have to be still and kind of look in the trees because they hang out in the canopies, and it really makes you appreciate, like, oh, they're yellow because they're blending in with the sunlight above. And like, I love recognizing, and that's why it's cool, your habitat series is because of how they blend in and how their camouflage works and things like that, you know, especially with owls. I feel like owls always stand out to me in regards to their camouflaging.
cat are quick. Hey, forest.
That's okay.
They have a
That's
different
okay.
way.
I usually have my 100-pound dog come in and she bothers me, but she's still sleeping upstairs, thankfully. So it's just the little guy down here with me.
This ones we cannot keep our doors. If I shut the door from inside, like if I want, she will close it from outside.
Yes.
So all our doors have holes now. Because she has closed the front door once, our bedroom door was closed once, and she has a habit of closing it, latch it up, and then meows from inside. Like, oh, what did happen? Why have you abandoned me? Open the door. Then you have to drill a hole, and then she's like, oh.
They're the
So,
boss, right?
yep. So our house has very every door has a hole, and so that's why all these bees and everything comes in and out, and all thanks to these beautiful beings of Why we don't want closed doors? If you close it, I'll lock you out.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And I don't. Have you guys done any ocean series? I don't remember if.
Not a series, but yeah, during our 1000 days series, we did a little series. Not a series, we can say. Then how many?
So randomly artworks of whales and
8-10 artworks of whales, octopus, sharks, seahorse, but they are random, not in a series kind of a set. But yeah, in that 1000 days, we did cover almost everything from the like snow to desert, all the like animals from all the habitats. So underwater, deep sea, insects, and extinct also. We made mammoth and everything. So in that 1000 days, we did almost, we can say, we have touched every type of the species. Not each and every species, but every type of the species we found on our planet.
Yeah, because I could see how an underwater habitat, especially with like coral and the fish, would look really incredible with your work and your style.
We'll
Yeah.
definitely create one art piece like that.
This is motivating us a lot.
Yeah. It's actually giving us a whole new idea.
Yep.
Oh, a new habitat. It should be underwater.
This is wonderful.
But it's so nice to create water. Recently we created sea otters.
Yep.
So
I think I remember that. So cute.
yeah, thank you. So creating those waterways are a little difficult, but it was fun. It was really fun to create water or corals and all. So we created plant fish in between the corals.
Yep. That was a little animation. Nemo.
It's inspired by the Nemo movie.
Yes.
Yes, but I'm so sorry. I have to get this bee out.
No problem.
Okay.
Go close the window.
That's a little.
Hello. Hi, Forrest.
See how she's reacting as if I'm stealing her from somewhere.
She never sits beside us, like to. Yeah, she comes sometimes whenever she feels like that.
But no cuddles.
Yeah.
No
Well,
cuddles.
it's nice that you guys like know her personality and like respect it and love her anyway. I think there's something really beautiful about that too,
Yeah, that's actually very important, which we learn during our birdings and out whenever we visit field where the birds are there, they're creating nest and all. So we just keep silent, keep distance, and keep observing them. It's very important not to disturb them, or it's really important to respect their space and privacy. So sometimes people really get into their habitats while their nesting sites and all. That's really not good. So that's where we learn that okay, they need some space and they have is they all have different personalities. So few birds are very shy, they fly away. Few are really get angry and they come to attack you. So that's really help us to understand forest and flora.
We have another one also, Flora. That's a ginger, but she's a completely nocturnal one. She will never wake up in the day. Wakes up for food for a while and then she'll go back to sleep. She once the sun is down,
It's night
then
girl.
then it's all all games.
sweet. Yep. Everyone is sleeping. Forest also goes to sleep. We are also fast asleep, and that's one cat meowing in the house.
Yeah, actually, sometimes she fights with bats outside. So sometimes I heard a scream, very loud screams, very nearby. There's a neem tree behind our studio. It's very near. So few little outlets are there. Sometimes at night, in 2-3 a.m. They were screaming, and I was like, "What's happening?" And it was like they are like so paranoid with the Flora that she's like
There's a little cat just behind, she has a net. She's behind the net and just constantly giving a look that I will come out one day. And the towel is like, oh my god, take your cat away. She's staring at us since like 12 o'clock. Okay, take her in. So it's funny. She gets into fight with monkeys. Many a times monkeys comes to our studio to fight with her because she would have done some funny stuff, made faces or done something to the monkey, and then monkey comes with the mother and comes to our studio, and then like we'll see what
That
happens. Then we'll see
those
Flora
are like, young and tiny monkeys are there, and she had some, conversation with
I
them,
don't
and
know
they
what.
get angry and they call them mother. This cat is harassing
Huh.
us, and she's come on the window. It's like, and
That's
let's see this
hilarious.
cat.
And every time this happens, it is she will always behind our back. Okay, see what is happening.
Yeah, she runs behind her back when they come up. Like, these monkeys, like, they actually
with
scared
me.
me. Shoo them away. It was like, just shut up. You did something.
You're
Well,
help me. What did you do?
Yeah,
Cats
so
are so
they're.
funny like that. I always wanted a cat, but unfortunately, I am the only person in my family not allergic to cats.
oh,
Which is
Oh,
really funny. So, I have my mini Australian Shepherd, who I said he's 14, and then I have a 100-pound Newfoundland upstairs, and she's like, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but she's like very fluffy. And then she's also very cuddly, and she loves to sleep in between my husband and I. She doesn't have any idea of what personal space is. She thinks she's as big as my little dog, which is absolutely hilarious.
That's so
Wow.
cute, actually.
Yeah.
Dogs are really
Animals are
fun.
so funny. Their personalities, right? Their individual personalities and how they differ.
I like. I'm damn sure you will have a voice of them in your head, like how
Yes,
they.
yes.
Yes,
How they talk.
how they'll be talking. There is a particular voice with their personality. So wonderful. You know how this dog will talk. This cat
So
will talk.
what happened in our scene? So there are few dogs out there where we used to go for, shoot and all. So we started feeding them from last 2 to 3 years. So when we go there in the evening hours, they were like so happy with, whenever we go there, they're like they running to us and they're like so happy with us. And when we come home, they are a little different than them.
Cats will
They're
like, why
like,
you came?
okay, you're home. Okay, fine. What should I do? Like, it's my nap time. I'm going. It's like,
Right.
especially.
And that dogs will be so happy and they're loving us. They're like cuddling and jumping in. Like, okay, you came, wow.
Oh,
And when you come home, whom we are feeding, like every time everything is clean and like, okay, you came. So you came. So what? Go do your work. And like, okay, and no interaction.
Yeah,
And it's
we
so
are very different and we both are amazing in
Yeah.
our own ways.
wonderful
Oh.
to share a home with them.
I love those memes that it's like comparing dogs to cats, and dogs are like, oh my God, I love you so much. Like, thank you. And cats are like, you're late. You're late with my food.
Yeah.
And that is true. That
The-
is actually
yeah,
true.
the memes are really true. I'm not denying that.
There is no,
That's true.
yeah,
When people talk about cat, that's right.
110%.
Oh,
But
so
they
cool.
are amazing, actually. I
Yeah.
love them. It's like from 2 years I'm with them, and they are like a really big part of my life.
Yeah. I don't think I could have a house without any
Yeah.
animals in it. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Well, guys, I really enjoyed chatting with you. This was so lovely, and I'm really looking forward to all of your next artworks and everything like that. So, let people know where they can reach you and how they can find you and maybe purchase some of your beautiful art.
So yes, you can find us on Instagram at the Paper Arc, and yes, that is. And if you want to support our work, so from each of our sale, 10% goes towards conservation, with towards each species. So if it's a parrot, it goes towards the parrots. If it's an otter, it goes towards water conservation. And the other thing is also we do feed stray dogs and animals which are around, like community dogs and cats. So from all the income we have generated through nature, we have one principle, one ethic, that we want to give it back to them, because they do own the copyright. We are creating from them, so it is legally we have to pay them. So yes, so any purchase, any support that we get, it goes towards nature conservation and helping animals, and it encourages us to keep creating, keep surviving, and keep thriving in this beautiful way, helping
This is
it
the
out.
small part we can
Yeah.
do, that we make artworks, we aware people about it, and whatever we earn, we really like to give it to some
Give it back
conservation.
to nature.
Organizations will really working hard on
On the ground,
on the
yeah.
ground, so to really save them. So it's really important to help them.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I love that you guys give back too. I think that's so amazing. And I love that you're saying that they have the copyright. It's so cute. But it's so beautiful, and giving back, and you guys have such amazing art.
Yeah.
Such amazing hearts and such amazing art.
They were like a celebrity for us, actually. So they all are so beautiful without any makeup or anything.
And
They're absolutely amazing personalities. So
Yeah.
whatever create, people get fascinated with it. So yes, they own
Yeah.
some part of from our artwork.
they are they actually, the nature and everything we create is it's inspired from nature. Everything human has ever created on this earth is or by nature or from nature or inspired, but nothing is ever came from, if you call it came from air, is air. So everything is nature. So
Ah.
I think there should be a nature tax, actually, where every income has to give something back to our beautiful Mother Earth, and that has to be a norm everywhere, like all around the world.
So we created calendar every year.
Celebrating wild days.
Yeah, so we put wildlife days in calendar rather than regular holidays, so people get to know about it. I'll show you. It's there. Give me one.
Oh yeah, show us. I love that.
So this is July's month, and it's hooded parrots are there. So if you can see.
Oh, beautiful. Uh-uh.
So these dates are there. Those all indicate the wildlife days which comes up. So this is July 14 is like Shark Awareness Day or Orca Day. So
Oh, cool. I love that.
yeah, so rather than regular holidays, we do put this date so people remember these beautiful beings and do try to celebrate and do act or join the bit in the conservation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. I'm definitely gonna look into getting a calendar for the 2026 year. So yeah, and hopefully I would love to get a piece of your art one day to hopefully have in my studio. But yeah, I really love your artwork and what you guys do, and I think you're so talented, and it's so beautiful that you give back to nature in that way, and keep doing what you're doing. And thank you guys so much for taking the time to come on the podcast and chat with me. I've so enjoyed it. Meeting you guys and meeting little Forrest popping through too.
Actually, really, thank you so much for having us here. It's really wonderful talking to you because there are very rare people who really understand and love wildlife. So I can keep talking to you like hours.
Can't keep that, there's no end to it.
Yeah, but it's really wonderful to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll make sure to include like all of your links. I always just like people to say it at the end so that people can hear it if they're only listening to audio, and then I'll include the links at the bottom. But thank you guys so much for coming on, and thank you so much, Wild Ones, for listening to this episode, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
feel the energy of life force flowing all through me. And I'll allow it all to dance with my body and play. And no one could ever convince me to give my power away. 'Cause the motion of the ocean, it fills my soul. And all the power of the flower of life, it moves me and it makes me whole. And the mountains so high and so deep are feeling